Hey there, you probably wonder why I cram myself down in this little hole. I want to talk to you about batteries for a couple minutes. I want to talk to you about the types of batteries and some stuff that you need to watch after on yours to maybe make them last a little longer. This one here is a low, no maintenance battery. Not a whole lot to do here other than make sure the connections are good and tight. Covering it with a cover over this positive post is always a good idea for protection so you don't short one out. Now this battery here is a typical flooded lead acid battery. This is like what's in most house batteries in a cruiser. This one has a little bit more maintenance to it. Obviously the biggest thing is checking the water levels. You've got 6 cells, so you want to check them all. Just a point to note, if one of them's lower than the rest, it may be indicating you got a battery starting to go bad. If they need water, you want to add distilled water. Don't use tap water, don't use lake water, certainly don't use seawater. The reason for distilled water is so you don't put minerals in the battery, which will shorten its life. One of the key things that causes a battery to fail prematurely is not keeping it charged. A battery, when below 75% of its charge, it will actually go into what's called sulfation. Sulfation means the battery itself is working internally. It will build up a lead sulfate on the plates. When that sulfate bridges between two plates, it causes a shorted cell and causes the battery to fail. So it's really important that you keep your batteries charged, and obviously keeping fluid in them is really important. Now, let's just say my batteries are going on 3 years old. Typically that's what you get for a life out of a marine battery. And this one here goes bad. Well, this one's working in partnership with the other batteries. If you only replace this one and put in a brand new battery, then you're going to have a potential difference between this one and its partners. So one's lower, one's higher, the two of them are going to try and balance each other out. So they're constantly working back and forth. Even when you don't have anything on, these batteries are going to be working. So the new battery is going to make the old battery work harder, and it's going to fail. Then guess what happens? You put a new one in here, then this one's going to fall into that same category. When you replace batteries, you should really replace them as a set. I want to mention the safety portion of working with your batteries. First of all, the operative word is acid. Anytime you're working around these things, there is sulfuric acid in there, and it's not good for you. So you should be wearing a pair of rubber gloves. If you're working with these batteries where they've been charged or being charged, you really should have some eye protection on as well. By the way, if you touch anything on the battery and you touch your brand new pair of Levi's, you're going to have those distressed ones that you pay the extra money for.